1976. My dear Krishna Kanti Das, please accept my blessings. I am in due receipt of your letter dated March 27, 1976, with enclosed cassette tape, and I thank you very much. I very much liked the chanting on this tape. It is very excellent and should be popularized, and it will be a great success. Introduce this into every home, and that will help them. And if they read our books, then finished. No more material life. Yes, when I come also, I can make a tape of chanting Hare Krishna, but the chanting of Hare Krishna by the other boys on this tape is very nice. Thank you. I hope that this meets you in good health. Your ever well-wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Small, short and sweet letter. Some devotee has put the chanting, group chanting in the cassette, and he sent to Prabhupada, and Prabhupada liked this very much. So that means the use of technology Prabhupada used to like. If that technology is being used for propagation of Krishna consciousness, then Prabhupada accepted that. Technology may have the side effect, but if somebody is mature enough to use technology in service of Krishna, uh, then Prabhupada used to like that. Prabhupada is telling that introduce this in every home, and that will keep them. And if they read our books, then material life is finished. So this chanting and reading Prabhupada books, these two things can finish material life. Okay, next letter. Amritesh Gaur is there. Ramlila Prabhu, you will be able to read? Okay. Ramlila Prabhu is, I think, not there. Just a minute. Yeah. Okay, we can go for next letter. Letter to Yasoda Nandan. Honolulu, 16 May 1976. My dear Yasoda Nandan Maharaj, please accept my blessings. I am in due receipt of your letter dated May 4, 1976, and I have noted the contents with care. By this time, you should have received the money I sent for your book printing in Hyderabad. I sent you one check, care of Mahamsa Swami, bank draft FH 09922 for $1,700, the equivalent of just over rupees 15,000, which you requested as an advance for printing books. I have to this time received no reply from either Mahamsa Swami and neither an acknowledgement of receipt of the bank draft from yourself. Please check on this. It was sent to the Hyderabad temple address by registered post, care of Mahamsa Swami. Further, I gave instructions in my letter to you of May 5, 1976, how you can repay this loan to you. I am concerned to see that this arrived safely through the post. I have informed Gopal Krishna that you may also use the color transparencies for the printing of your books in South India. Radha Vallabha is sending Gopal Krishna all the transparencies from all of our books, as we intend to print all of our books in India for profuse distribution. I am very encouraged to hear about the large crowds that are coming to the programs and taking our books. Concerning the new boy who had joined you from the Hubli program, you can keep him with you as you see fit, but be careful about money matters. Sometime they will join with some ulterior motive. In the beginning, be very careful about money matters. Okay. As regards your desire for Sadbhuj deity, if your if you divert your attention to worship, that will not be good. Time is short. You can keep one picture for your darshan. I hope this meets you in good health. Your ever well-wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. So towards the end, Srila Prabhupada is giving clear instruction. Devotee has asked about worshipping Sadbhuj deities of Lord Chaitanya. But Prabhupada told that you are already preaching and book distribution. So if you divert your attention to the deity worship, you will not be able to manage. So both are important, but uh, preaching Krishna consciousness is more important in that sense, because those who are already engaged in that, for them to expend time in that is good, because he is telling time is short. You can keep one picture of for your darshan. And also Prabhupada is asking that uh, many people may join the movement. Some people may join the movement with some ulterior motive. So the leader should be mature enough to understand who has joined from which motive. We should not be cheated by some people in the name of innocence. Okay, then next letter is letter to Sachi Mata, Chandigarh. My dear Sachi, letter to Sachi Mata, Chandigarh, 15th October 1976. My dear Sachi Mata Prabhu, please accept my blessings. I am in receipt of your letter dated 3rd October 1976, and I have noted the contents carefully. There is nothing mystical about getting God Nitai deities for worshipping. The Lord is all powerful and omnipresent. He knows the heart of the devotee and reciprocates with the devotee accordingly. So now the Lord has come to your home and agreed to be worshipped by you. Therefore, everything should be clean and neat. Nice prasadam should be offered regularly and distributed to guests. Kirtan may be performed morning and evening, and some discussion from Bhagavad Gita as it is, or other books from our publications. Your activities in Germany are all right. Try to help the Sankirtan and preach to your own circle of friends. I think at this time there is no need for you to come to India. If there is need, I shall let you know. You are all little older and India will be difficult for you. For the time being, please remain situated as you are. Chant Hare Krishna and help spread this movement in the best way open to you. Hamsudut Maharaj has told me about you and he is presently acting as my secretary. I hope this letter finds you well. Your ever well-wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. So, Prabhupada is telling, now the Lord has come to your home and agreed to be worshipped by you. Therefore, everything should be clean and neat. In deity worship, this is required. When the deities are there in the home, then everything should be first class, totally clean, and there should not be no negligence. Prasadam should be offered regularly, and that prasadam should be distributed to the guest. Kirtan should be performed in the morning and evening. Kirtan may be performed in the morning and evening, and then Bhagavad Gita class or some other books, Srila Prabhupada books discussion. This is the way the simple deity worship can go on. The deity worship of God Nitai, offering prasadam, doing kirtan, and discussing from Bhagavad Gita. Okay, the next letter is letter to Sudama. Sudama Prabhu is the first disciple who went to Japan. Prabhupada sent him for preaching in Japan. So he was the first big. Prabhupada was very happy with him because he started the preaching in very difficult situations in Japan. Letter to Sudama, Allahabad, 13 January 1977. My dear Sudama Swami, please accept my blessings. I have received your letter dated January 3rd and have noted the contents. It is nice that you are enthusiastically engaged in New York. I have no objection to your worshipping my Murti for Guru Puja. But for placing in the temple, there must be a pair of Murtis. My Guru Maharaj must be there, as in Krishna Balram Mandir, and they must be permanently installed. This may be done in accord with the temple authorities, or else you may worship one Murti of myself privately in your room. Hoping this meets you in good health, your ever well-wisher, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami. Simple letter and short and sweet letter. Prabhupada told that if you want to worship my Murti, do it privately. But if you want to put it in the temple, then my Guru Maharaj deity also must be there. Like in Krishna Balram temple. This is the letter which came after Krishna Balram temple was open. Krishna Balram temple was open in Ram Navami 1975. So Prabhupada is giving the example. In Krishna Balram deity, Prabhupada and Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur deities are together. So that's what Prabhupada is denoting here. Okay, so our this section of letters are finished. I'm just opening another section, which is named as I think I just downloaded the file. Japa. Prabhupada's instructions, Prabhupada letters about Japa. I will just share the screen. This is Prabhupada's letter when Prabhupada was in India, 1957, even before sannyas. Letter to Sri Padmapad Singhania, Kanpur, 7 May 1957. My dear Sri Padmapadji, in continuation of my yesterday's letter, which I hope you have duly received by this time, and with reference to your request of submitting the way of powerful mantra for broadcasting all over the world, I beg to inform you further that in every mantra, the prefix of Namah is generally added. Just for example, you said the other day, Namah Shivaya. Now this mantra is practically indicating the holy name of Lord Shiva. Na means negation and Ma means false ego or ahankara. This is important. Namah. Na means negation and Ma means false ego or ahankara. Therefore, Namah means surrendering to the name Shiva. When we are reducing our ahankar and we are surrendering to Shiva, that is called Namah. The word Namah means we are surrendering to that personality. In other words, to accept the supremacy of Lord Shiva means Namah Shivaya. Therefore, the conclusion is that in mantra, the name of the deity is unavoidably amalgamated. And in the mantra, the spiritual power by the rishis like Narada, etc., is surcharged like the copper is electrified by magnetic force. The etymological alphabets are so surcharged with spiritual potency, and as such, all mantra indicating the transcendental holy name of God or Godhead is to be understood in that way. When we chant the mantra as were presented by the authorities, the process helps communication with the personality of Godhead by the sound waves, as we have now experienced in the material world of physical waves vibration. The powerful mantras have such potency if they are sounded in the right direction. And by chanting the mantras only, one can spiritualize the whole existence, as heat can expand on the spherical objects. Mantra Siddhi means complete liberation. Therefore, there is no difference between the holy name and mantra. Man means mind and tra means deliverance. That which delivers one from mental speculation is called mantra. Mantra Siddhi is to transcend the gross and subtle mental plane. The same meaning is for in this age, All the mantras that can help us reaching perfection up to the plane of Godhead has been still more concentrated into the Harinam. We find therefore in the Brihan Naradiya Puran 38 126 a particular stress on Harinam which is stated as follows. Harinam 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 eva kevalam kalau nastyeva 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 gatiranyatha. The above statement is very important in the following manner. There are two different processes for acquiring knowledge. The one is deductive process and the other is inductive process. In the deductive process, we deduce the conclusion from the statement of higher authorities, whereas by the inductive process, we make a research in the truth by our own imperfect knowledge and induce a conclusion. Say, for example, if we want to know how man is mortal, then we have to make a research in statistics of daily death occurrences. Rama dies, Syama dies, father dies, mother dies, he dies, she dies, etc. All these experiences may help us in the conclusion that after all, man dies, and therefore the conclusion man is mortal made. But the defect of this process of knowledge is that it may be that we have not seen a person who is still living even after some thousands of years. As soon as we get this information, the whole conclusion that a man is mortal is at once changed, and we have to say that some men are mortal. In this way, the research work of scientific thought are constantly changing, because the very research work is done by a person who is himself a condition by the four principles of mistake, illusion, cheating, and imperfection. Therefore, the deductive process is more effective. Man is mortal. We have heard it from the very authoritative sources like the Vedas, and we have accepted it. The Vedas say that stool is impure, but the stool of the cow is pure. The Vedas say that bone is untouchable, but the conch shell, which is also a bone, is perfectly pure. For the common man, the statements of the Vedas appear to be contradictory, but in spite of such contradiction, because we Hindus accept the Vedas as authority, we accept cow dung as pure and allow it to be used even in the kitchen. So also, we accept the conch shell. The conch shell is after all a bone of an animal, but because it is accepted by the Vedas, we allow conch shell to be used in the sanctified room of our family deity. If we examine in the physical laboratory or analyze it by chemical test, we won't find any difference between the stool of a man and that of a cow, or the bone of an ox and that of a conch. And yet the whole Hindu-Muslim conflict, the whole struggle of Gandhi and Jinnah, and the whole question of Kashmir problem in the UNESCO have arisen from this petty difference of bones only. In the Hindu temple, the bone conch shell is already there, but as soon as a Muhammadan throws a piece of bone of the ox in the temple, the whole trouble began. Piece of bone of ox in the temple, the whole trouble began, resulting in the partition of India and Pakistan. So, an impartial, mundane student who will enter into the research work of such bone affairs in the annals of Indian history, surely he will come to the conclusion of unrestricted obedience to the words of the Vedas or that of the Quran or that of Bible that lead to all sorts of jihad and crusades. As a matter of fact, the so-called intelligent persons of the modern age have taken the shelter of secularism on the strength of past unfortunate religious feuds. This is another type of nonsense. Therefore, in the present age, respect for deductive process is dwindling, whereas respect for inductive process is increasing. Although we know so far the inductive research is concerned, the process has not been successful. The conclusion is that we have lost our faith in the traditional Vedic knowledge handed down from the Guru to Chela or from the father to the son, although such system of deductive knowledge from the authority is the most perfect form of knowledge. The ultimate truth, which is far beyond the reach of our imperfect senses, can never be known by such inductive research work. The imperfect senses could not even measure the distance of the physical product, the sun, or the innumerable stars in front of us. And what such imperfect senses can make a research in the mantras, which are purely spiritual affairs. We have to accept the mantra and its potency from the Vedic source and follow the practice and principles only to arrive at reality of truth. Research work by imperfect senses is practically a revolt against the established truth. Let us therefore accept the Vedic injunction of Brihanaradiya Puranam. I have already mentioned about this mantra in my previous letter, and I beg to confirm it further that the name Krishna, even up to the foreign words like God and Allah, if they at all aim at the Supreme Personality, then the name is as much holy and potential as perfect is the Supreme Lord. Because in the absolute realm or spiritual nature, everything is identical with everything, as all of them are qualitatively spiritual and therefore pure, eternal, liberated, and perfect. For all practical purposes, if we systematically preach to chant the holy name of Godhead, I think nobody, even the religious fanatic, will take objection to it. Every human being has a conception of the supreme truth. That conception is presented in some concrete shape. If therefore the Mussalman or the Christian denies to chant the name of Rama or Krishna, we may ask him to chant the name of Allah or God respectively. And I think therefore there will be no objection even by the Buddhist if we simply ask them to chant the name of Lord or Buddha in the systematic way. The systematic way means to avoid the 10 different offenses in the process of chanting, which are all philosophical truths. If by such propaganda of chanting the holy name, the filthy atmosphere of jealousy, bickerings, selfishness, falsehood, and so many other affairs of the modern age can be avoided, and if by such chanting the complete process of self realization can be achieved, is it not our duty to do this service by combined force? In this age of quarrel and fight, everything has to be done by combined force to achieve ready success. As the topmost person of a group of large scale industries, your good personality knows better than me how combined forces and diverse energies make the particular industry a successful establishment. In the same way, we have to combine the different forces of sociology in man, money, intelligence, and field work to make the spiritual movement a grand success. If we do not do that, we shall be failing in our duty to serve the complete whole. No partial service or temporary benefit can lead us to perfection. The world is made after such temporary benefit and partial service, and it is our duty to change the face altogether by an authorized spiritual movement. The other day, I was very glad to hear your ideas about it, and in our next meeting, I wish to say something about it as I have realized. Hope you are well. With my regards, your sincerely Goswami Abhay Charan Bhakti Vedanta, editor, Back to Godhead. So this is a very long letter and quite philosophical letter. In the beginning, Srila Prabhupada is describing about the mantra and Namah meaning of Namah we already Prabhupada explained here. Namah means surrendering to the name, and then he is describing about the potency of the holy name. The chanting of mantra only, one can spiritualize the whole existence. This is called mantra siddhi. Then he is discussing about the holy name in different sects, Christianity, Muslim, in these description, and he is telling that let them chant their God's name. But if they avoid 10 offenses, then they will also be purified. So a very important letter. You all can go through it again. That is 7 May 1957, Padmapat Singhania letter. Okay. So is there any question or comment? Okay, so we'll end the class here. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai.